This lesson is designed to improve your Kuri Kaeshi by beginning with the most fundamental basics of the transition, adding footwork to explore angles and direction, experimenting with directional combinations, drills performed close to the ground, and culminating with the technique of Taki otoshi. Most issues in Kuri Kaeshi come from the staff encountering too round of a posture, which can be created both by a posture that rounds through the back, usually caused by leaning forward, and by a posture that extends the sternum too far forward, usually caused by reaching too far back. Instead of lean or reach, use expansion through the chest to facilitate the transition. Regardless of entry, the transition of Kuri Kaeshi at its base is the diagonal position of the staff behind the back, crossing a neutral spine. To find this posture, first practice placing the staff behind the back in a horizontal position, and then into a diagonal position from hip to shoulder, retaking the staff into a guard or strike. Next, practice transitioning the staff directly into the diagonal position behind the back, first in Shizen and then in motion. Use legwork and angling through the lower body to facilitate the transition while maintaining a dynamic posture with neutral spine, while stepping back, stepping forward, or stepping to the side. If space is limited or a bow too heavy, practice with a shorter or lighter staff. From standing in one spot in Shizen and without taking any steps, ski, and while retracting, rotate the back of the bow forward into a diagonal strike that ends under the opposite arm at the height of the ribs. Let go with the rear hand and transition the staff into a diagonal position and then over the shoulder into a strike. Use angling of the hips and/or bending of the knees to facilitate reach. From standing in one spot in Shizen and without taking any steps, ski, and while retracting, rotate the back of the bow forward into a horizontal strike that ends under the opposite arm at the height of the ribs. Let go with the rear hand and transition the staff into a diagonal position and then over the shoulder into a strike. Use angling of the hips and/or bending of the knees to facilitate reach. Practice in motion diagonal and horizontal entry Kuri Kaeshi through the 3 directions of stepping back, stepping sideways, and stepping forwards. In each direction, the shoulder the bow transitions over is placed in the forward position. Practice diagonal and horizontal entry Kuri Kaeshi by linking one repetition to the next, alternating sides, with the goal of completing 10 smooth repetitions in a row of each type. Using a lightweight bow or a lighter weapon such as a jo during these drills can help you learn the form without tiring out the muscle groups that are developing their familiarity and capacity to complete multiple smooth transitions. Practice moving backwards, sideways, and forwards after diagonal and horizontal entry Kuri Kaeshi. After performing horizontal or diagonal Kuri Kaeshi while stepping backwards, sideways, or forwards, move again backwards, sideways, or forwards as you enter the final strike. After a forwards Kuri Kaeshi, step forward with the front leg or step back with the rear leg, leading the movement through the hips. After a sideways Kuri Kaeshi, step backwards or forwards using a diagonal angle, or step to either side. After a backwards Kuri Kaeshi, step forwards with the front leg, step sideways with either leg, or step or leap again backwards. Practicing Kuri Kaeshi when closer to the ground requires the use of koshi sabaki, or hip movement, as well as spatial awareness to map the relationship of your body to the bow and of the bow to the ground. While kneeling in seiza with both knees on the ground, practice Kuri Kaeshi using both vertical and horizontal entries. Use hip movement to facilitate the sequence, and broaden the motion of the bow to accommodate the height from the ground. While kneeling in hiza with one knee on the ground, practice Kuri Kaeshi using both vertical and horizontal entries. Use legwork to switch which knee is forward in hiza, or remain with one knee forward for several repetitions, and then switch. Challenge your spatial awareness and coordination by completing Kuri Kaeshi while kneeling in hiza, then while rising from hiza, then while standing, then from hiza, linking repetitions and experimenting with direction. Practice the sequence using 2 diagonal entry Kuri Kaeshi and a strike, using 2 horizontal entry Kuri Kaeshi and a strike, and using one of each entry and a strike. Pay attention to the position of your head and the posture of your upper body during the sequence, and correct any forward or sideways lean. Practice to understand the movement as a tactical technique to control the space, altering your angles to and distance from the target. Experiment with small and large steps and/or leaps, as well as combinations of direction in the sequence. If space is limited or a bow too heavy, practice with a shorter or lighter staff.